What's up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and you're tapped into Continue or Nah, which is a series I created where I either review a show or a manga series or a book series, anything, and I let you guys know whether or not you should continue, meaning put it on your watch list, or if you are watching it, continue or check it out, or I say nah, throw it in the trash and find something better to do. So in this video, we're going to be talking about a 2023 movie that comes from China called Deep Sea. So, off rip, I'm going to tell you to add this to your list. So, continue. But I would say push it down on your list because if I had to rate the movie, I would give it a 6 out of 10. Like, this is like the first time I've actually agreed with IMDb's rating. Like, they gave the movie, I think, a 6.8 out of 10. And I agree, this movie is visually stunning. When I tell you that is what really drew me into Deep Sea is the visuals. So, Deep Sea is a 3D animated Chinese movie. It was released in the States in November of 2023. I was able to watch the movie recently on the Peacock streaming app, and I think they just added it to the streaming app. And the trailer is what really drew me in. Like, I was like, oh, this is a very pretty movie. And as I was watching the movie, I was like, wow, like, they took their time illustrating and doing all the things you have to do to make a movie 3D. Like, it's gorgeous. When I tell you the movie is gorgeous, like, there were points in the movie where I just paused my TV just to look at a still shot of the scene that I was looking at. Like, I was like, wow. Like, they took their time. So I enjoyed the movie to a certain extent. Let's talk about Deep Sea. So the movie is about this young girl named Shizu. She's probably like 10 or 11 years old. She is a product of divorce. She is now living with her father, her stepmom, and her new half sibling, her little brother. And it is her birthday when the movie opens. We see them traveling to get on a cruise ship to celebrate her birthday. She's actually somewhat excited, but also not really, mainly because she wants her mom to be there. But she's excited to see the ocean because she loves the ocean. Well, you can tell that her energy is off. And once we find out that she is a product of divorce, you can see that, like, she doesn't feel like she fits with her dad's new family. And she is also reaching out to her mom, who pretty much went radio silent on her. We see her throughout the opening of the movie texting with no response. And then when they're on the ship while they're at dinner, she gets excited because she finally gets a message back on her phone. And she's like, oh my God, this is my mom. But then when she looks at it, it's just one of those like, hey, happy birthday. Thanks for, shopping at such and such business. Here's a $20 off coupon. Nothing from her mom. And that really sets her mood overboard. And you start to see that, like, she's just a kid that is just she's kind of hollow, pretty much. Like, she is just roaming through life, just trying to take up as small of a space as possible, and just hoping that one day her mom will return and she'll be able to prove to her mom that she's a different child and that she didn't need to leave her and that she matured. In the beginning, it's a pretty sad story. I mean, honestly, it's a mixture of a sad story. It has moments where you're like, wow. So pretty much she begins to think about this story about her mom, where her mom told her this story that on your birthday, if you wish, a hijinks will come and it will grant your wish. So she walks out on the deck of the cruise ship. It's storming like this, like it is raging. It's a raging storm. And she begins to wish to see her mom. And next thing you know, this huge wave comes and it swoops her away. She ends up meeting the hijinks, and then she also meets another human that lives in the ocean named Nangha. And so she meets Nangha because she begins to follow the hijinks as it's floating and leading her to places. And she comes across this restaurant where Nangha owns the restaurant, and we get introduced to this crazy cast of characters. We meet walrus people, we meet other fish people, and we meet these cute little, like, they're basically the minions in the movie, but these cute little otters that all, like, the walrus people and the otter people work for Naha and help him run his restaurant that services the fish people. And again, the movie's visually beautiful. I think what was hard for me was Shizu and Nangha. Shizu at times irritated me because she was so whiny. And then I had to keep remembering she's a 10-year-old girl who is looking for her mom. She's in a new world. Of course, she's going to be scared. Of course, she's going to make bad decisions. Like, ultimately, her goal is to see her mother. And she believes that the hijinks will help her get there and will bring her to her mother. While the movie's going on, it's just that and it was weird because before I watched the movie, I saw people online make comparisons because I did Google, like, what is this movie about? I saw people make comparisons to Spirited Away and saying that, like, Shizu is similar to Chihiro, and I beg to differ. Okay, like, Spirited Away is one of my favorite anime movies, and to me, Chihiro at times in the beginning of the movie was whiny and was very like she was annoying, but as the movie went on, I felt that she really matured and became like she grew up. Whereas watching this, Shizu to me didn't grow up till like the last, I want to say, like 20 minutes of this movie, and the movie is almost 2 hours long. It's an hour and 52 minutes long, and I was just like, girl, like, we got to make better decisions. And I think the other con for me was Nangha. He was an asshole, and he didn't become likable until the plot twist at the end, which was kind of predictable, especially. But I feel like for me, someone who watches a lot of like animated movies, like, you can kind of tell, like, where stories are going. And even if you don't watch animated movies, there were certain tropes in this movie that I was like, okay, I know where this is going. I think they did a good job fleshing out the plot twist. But I just didn't like the fact that he wasn't likable until, like, again, the last, like, really, like the same with Shizu, the last 20 or 30 minutes of the movie. And it was like, Shizu's making dumb decisions, but you're a dick. So I'm kind of okay that she's ruining your restaurant for you, you know. But again, the visuals is what kept me watching the movie. I think another con was the way they animated Naha's mouth. Like, he was creepy. Like, there were times where he was like, it gave creepy vibes. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, when he had scenes with Shizu, I got a little uncomfortable at times because I was like, he's giving. I'm not gonna say that word. He's giving me uncomfortable feelings. Like, he's giving sleazy con artist, snake oil salesman. But I think if they had animated his mouth different, because it gave Joker. And when the plot twist is revealed, it makes sense why his mouth was animated that way. But it was just like, I don't like it. Fix it. Okay, just fix it. But again, I enjoyed the movie. Like, for me, if I can give a movie a 6 or better, that to me means the movie was enjoyable, but there were issues with it. 5 and below is where I'm like, I'm not watching this ever again, and the movie was trash. I think what genuinely saves the movie for me is the visuals, because it's beautiful. It is a beautiful movie, and I was just like, you people did your big one. Yeah, like, that animation studio, they put in work, because it was gorgeous. I was like, oh, I'll probably, if I see the same production company that made this movie make another movie, I probably would look at it based off of what was presented to me in this movie. So those are my thoughts, you guys. So as always, remember to be bravely authentic, and definitely hop down in the comments below and let me know, have you seen Deep Sea? And what things did you enjoy about the movies, and what things you didn't like about the movie? And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.